When you think about accessing government websites, you probably assume your data stays safely within your country's borders. But here's the unsettling truth. Much of the internet traffic to government domains travels internationally, flows through risky bottlenecks, or isn't encrypted at all. This raises serious questions about security, privacy, and resilience, issues that could affect anyone who interacts with public services online. These findings come from Rashna Kumar, a PhD student who conducted groundbreaking research under an Internet Society Pulse Research Fellowship. Her work involved mapping the pathways of internet traffic destined for government websites in 58 countries. What she uncovered paints a complex picture of global digital infrastructure, and it's not always reassuring. One striking discovery is how often data meant for government services crosses international borders or passes through offshore Internet Exchange Points, IXPs. For example, between 23 and 43% of paths to government services in nations like Malaysia, Norway, South Africa, and Thailand route through third-party jurisdictions. In New Zealand, Kumar told the Register, traffic heading to government sites frequently makes a detour through Australia before reaching its destination. But here's where it gets controversial. Some countries seem far more vulnerable than others. Less developed nations are particularly prone to routing their government traffic through foreign networks while neglecting encryption protocols like HTTPS. Take Albania, for instance. It sends a staggering 86% of its government-bound traffic via foreign networks and 15% through foreign IXPs. Shockingly, only one-third of its government domains use HTTPS, leaving much of this data exposed to potential man-in-the-middle attacks. Imagine sensitive information being intercepted simply because basic safeguards aren't in place. On the flip side, there's Kazakhstan, a nation that keeps all its government traffic firmly within its own borders. It relies on local IXPs and boasts an impressive 71.5% adoption rate of HTTPS. Sounds secure, right? Well, not entirely. Kazakhstan depends heavily on a single telecommunications provider, JSC Kazakh Telecom, which carries 70% of the country's traffic. While keeping everything local might sound ideal, this level of dependency creates significant risks. If something goes wrong with that provider, whether due to technical failure or malicious attack, the entire system could grind to a halt. And this is the part most people miss. Similar patterns emerge in other regions too, often tied to historical factors. Countries like Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Turkey exhibit comparable vulnerabilities, largely stemming from outdated state-owned telecom monopolies. Meanwhile, in the United Arab Emirates, over 3/4 of traffic flows through just one network, Etisalat. Even more intriguingly, some offshore routing choices hint at deeper connections. For example, Moroccan traffic routinely passes through Spain and France, a pattern Kumar suggests may reflect lingering colonial ties. So, what does good infrastructure look like? According to Kumar's research, countries like Canada, Sweden, Switzerland, the UK, and the USA stand out. They distribute their government-bound traffic across multiple operators and exchange points, creating a more resilient setup against both technical failures and geopolitical disruptions. This diversification helps ensure continuity even when faced with unexpected challenges. However, measuring these trends globally can be tricky. Kumar noted that Africa remains difficult to assess accurately because tools like RIPE Atlas don't have enough probes deployed across the continent. Without sufficient data, it's hard to draw definitive conclusions about how African nations handle their government traffic. If you're curious about how your own country stacks up, you're in luck. The Internet Society has published an article summarizing Kumar's findings, complete with interactive maps detailing the data for 58 nations. You can explore these resources to see whether your government prioritizes secure, resilient infrastructure, or if it leaves itself open to unnecessary risks. Kumar's full study is currently undergoing peer review, but until then, only a summary is publicly available. Still, her preliminary results raise important questions worth pondering. Should governments prioritize keeping traffic local, even if it means relying on fewer providers? Or is spreading traffic across borders and networks a better strategy overall? And how can we balance convenience with the need for robust security measures? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with Kumar's insights, or do you think there's another angle we should consider? Share your opinions in the comments below and join the conversation.